Hey, and we're back. Are we back? And we're back. I can't hear you, but we're back.
You can hear me.
Yes, I can. Devin coming off the rip with the 2 tier 1 gifted subs.
What's up, nerds? Welcome everyone to Cool Nerd Show 3.0.
We actually have like other things to keep track of.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do the entrance music from here on because I tried to do it on my own and we're on 2 different streams and it just kind of messed up. So
right, that works for me.
Yeah.
I gotta find your chat. I had to pop it out.
Well, we are live, or I am live on Twitch and on YouTube.
I'm live as well.
Scott is also live on Twitch. So welcome back, and also happy Lunar New Year. It's the Lunar New Year. Started today. I'm actually having Chinese and watching Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon tonight to celebrate.
Oh, nice.
After we get off, yeah.
I can't have Chinese anymore because it gives me migraines.
Ooh,
Fun.
that's not good.
Yeah,
it's probably all that MSG.
MSG. Not gluten. The other G.
Yeah,
Gelatin.
Oh, okay.
That's what gives me migraines.
Anyway, Scott, how you doing?
I'm good. You know, living. Pandemic living. This is why we're virtual.
Yeah, we are virtual. But also we live, I mean, not far, but not close to each other.
Yeah, not like incredible distance.
So,
I just had your fucking chat open and I don't know.
That's okay. I'll let you figure that out. Yeah, so in the few years we've been off, Scott and I have been streaming on our own. I
think it's actually almost a year anniversary for me.
And I started in May, so May will be a year anniversary for me. And then we kind of started streaming together, and we decided, hey, we both have all the equipment to do this. So why not start talking about some nerd stuff again?
We should get a quick level check from the chat. Are we good? Everybody good? Can everybody hear?
Devin says, looking good.
Okay, good.
I don't know if we sound good, though. I mean, I'm always looking good.
Hey, that's the confidence I strive to have.
So normally I think we're going to talk about we're going to try and keep it more around PC gaming for this reiteration. We're going to talk about what we're playing, what we're going to play, things like that. But for tonight, and we're gonna give Scott this one because he's been aching to get his opinion out there.
I mean, I wouldn't say aching.
I see your tweets.
Yeah, that's my shout into the void.
You know, it's been years. I just bumped into my desk and everything moved. It's been years since, you know, Scott has been able to voice his opinion in a podcast type environment. So any kind of we will be revisiting yet again the DCEU and the topic of the night.
I mean, I think it's pretty still in the like the front of public mind, right? There's still, I mean, at least maybe it's just my Twitter.
Yes and no. It's definitely your Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the movies that are still coming out, like it's just
that's true.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's in front of.
I wore my Superman shirt for you tonight.
I have my Zack Snyder Justice League hoodie on. I have a Zoom shirt on underneath too, not like the platform that you use.
You had a free Zoom shirt from work. Okay. Like Professor Zoom, or it's Professor Zoom, right? Yeah,
Zoom. Yeah, it's Flash Zoom.
Yes,
Gray Flash. It's a basic Gray Flash.
All right. So before we jump into the topic of the night, which is the state of DCEU, quick housekeeping. We're going to, as we mentioned, we both have Twitch streams now. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Tresnator. I try to usually play through entire game franchises and then rank them along the way on YouTube. That's what I have been doing. And I've been enjoying it, but sometimes it gets a little burdensome. You can follow Scott at twitch.tv/thickflare. That's thickflare with 4 C's.
Also, Steve, you need to get some non-Fisher Price internet. Your camera just blew up. It'll fix itself, but it's just.
I don't know. I mean, I look fine on my stream.
Well, you're not sending it like it's coming over the airwaves. And hold on, let me try to get you here. Try to reload it. Okay,
and then also YouTube. I mean, you can just check us out on YouTube. Search Tresnator or Thick Flare, and we should come up.
Yeah, I think it's just I got just Thick Flare actually works. I didn't.
Oh, nice. You all need 4Cs?
No, you need 4Cs. It's all. I'm trying to keep it all extra thick. You know what I mean?
And also join our Discord, Cool Nerd Nation, where you can chat with us, and we're trying to grow it. I wish the Discord was a thing when we were Cool Nerd Show back in the day, because we did have
a lot of this shit. Well, a lot of this shit was a thing. We just didn't.
Yeah. Well, Discord didn't really come about until like the end. We were kind of finishing.
Discord,
I feel
definitely like Twitch and stuff was like popping off.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, Twitch and
I remember in college there was like that Twitch plays Pokemon.
Yes.
There was the bot that like took in all account of all of the button presses that chat was doing, and they wound up beating the game. The only good thing the internet has ever done.
I guess we could jump into what we're playing this week. I'm currently in my playthrough of Mass Effect: I'm on Andromeda. I can't wait to fucking get past it. Scott, what are you playing?
What did you call it?
Andromeda?
Oh, it sounded like you said Amamandromeda. I'm playing
I
Mass Effect.
I have a noise gate on my microphone, so maybe I was speaking kind of low. I'm Andromeda.
I'm playing Mass Effect Baby Mama Drama. I can't wait to finish it. I'm speaking of Baby Mama Drama. I'm playing God of War. Real deep.
One of the best games ever
yeah,
made.
Yeah, and it's like I played that originally when it came out. Came out the day I got fired from Toys R Us. Well, I didn't get.
Oh, so you had all the time in the world to play.
I didn't get fired. Toys R Us like just died. But R.I.P. Jeffrey the Giraffe. They're coming back now. Anyway, yeah, it came out that day, and I've had fun employment for 2 months, and I sunk hours into it. Between that and going out to bars, like I think that was the last time it was like I felt like a giddy child again. Is when I was unemployed. It was like such
and you can play all the games you want.
It was such a liberating. I was just like waking up. I did like my jaw wasn't like hurting, and I didn't have a tension headache from the pending work day. I was just like, yeah, this is great. So,
I think I played God of War. I waited on it because I'm always backlogged. It's very rare that I get to play a game when it comes out.
I jumped ship. I'm not as much of a completionist where you're like, I gotta beat it right now.
Yeah, that's me. I played it in 2020 during the height of the pandemic when like I couldn't do anything. So similar though, like I didn't really have anything going on where I just like felt like I had to beat it.
It's just one of those generational games. Like
I honestly think it's probably the best game I've ever played.
It's a very close second to me. Second, only to Witcher.
The Witcher 3. I still have yet to play The Witcher.
That's a lesson. Geralt.
So, topic of the day.
My other
the
love.
DCEU. Scott's
not
the DC, not the DC.
Oh god, don't catch me like
that. Which I also enjoy DC, but not to the level that Scott does.
Yeah. I have you to blame for it. Not you specifically. Not you specifically. But when I was like couch hopping during my hot girl homeless summer that one year.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And you were sleeping over every weekend while we did the show?
Oh yeah, I was couch guy. I would just I remember waking up specifically and like turning on your Wii U and putting on Justice League Unlimited and Justice League the Animated Series. Like every morning when I woke up. And that was when like my love of DC like fully blossomed, because
that's when it was fermenting.
There is some like IRL footage out there, and you can dig it up definitely because it's on the YouTube channel. The full on MCU shilling, talking shit about Man of Steel. Like I was like, well, it sucks. It's Superman. It's boring. And like my love of DC didn't like percolate, or it was percolating, but it wasn't fully brewed up yet till I was couch guy and I had nothing to do, and I just watched the animated series and I was like, oh fuck, this shit's dope.
See, I always thought Man of Steel, like I always enjoyed Man of Steel. I never thought it was like a groundbreaking movie, but I always thought it was a good movie, and I thought it was a good foundation. Which I guess getting into the current state, the DCU right now, the movies that we have for the DCU is currently Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, theatrical and Snyder Cut. Although we all know that Snyder Cut is the true canon in everyone's head canon.
Except WB.
Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 1984, The Suicide Squad, and in television, Peacemaker. So that's where we're at right now.
God, there's
So
some
Scott,
stinkers in there, man. Read them out. Like
what's up?
Reading them out, like there's some stinkers in there.
There are a lot of stinkers in there. Yes. Scott, what are your thoughts on the current? I'll let you kind of take this away.
Just current as of right now, or the
just
like
the current.
It's at?
Let's say like the whole slate. Give me your thoughts as your DC fanboy.
So, I mean, it's I don't even think it has to do with like the actual like DC-ness of it. I think it's just more of like studio expectations. Book movies should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't an MCU podcast, but obviously there's going to be some comparisons. And for like, some backstory, the MCU is not for me. I used to be a hater. Just now, it's not for me. I'm not going to go out and be like, you suck for liking it.
I love the MCU.
Just not.
Granted, I know that some
Yeah, no, and
those movies aren't as good as others,
it is
but
still
I
an
still think
amazing
it's all
feat
overall.
of just like just a mixture of a bunch of different like sections of movie making coming together, and like this 20-year continuous story. It's just like it's an amazing feat of something that could be accomplished, and it's never going to be done again.
It's never been done before,
And
and
it won't
how
be-
many
It won't
DC
be
aside,
try,
yeah,
but
like DC aside, how many other just like movie studios tried to make like a cinematic universe and just failed miserably?
Yeah,
because
like,
I
right
feel
out
like
the
everyone
gate.
was trying to do it. Yeah,
and it like it's just the movies aren't for me, but I could appreciate how people get invested in these characters and these stories and stuff. And I don't no hate to the MCU. Actually, side note, I've just watched the last comic book movie I watched was a Marvel movie, and it was my hands down one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. But we can talk about that. We can talk about Eternals another day. But yeah, so what happened is just like Man of Steel came out in like the height of the MCU, right? It came out in 2012.
2011, I
2012.
believe.
I think it was 2012.
Double check this. I'm pretty good with movie dates. Hold on. Oh, 2013. Wow, we were both
2013.
wrong.
I was closer.
So Man of Steel came out
right after Avengers.
After Avengers, yeah. Which is crazy.
So it's like there was this idea, right, of what a superhero movie should be. And up until then, it was these like, like Iron Man and Hulk aside, because I think they weren't like fully Disneyfied yet. They're like
I would say most of the first of Phase 1 wasn't really Disneyfied yet.
Well, like
Disney
didn't own them until
Thor. Avengers.
No, the Iron Man and Hulk were the only two non-Disney ones.
Thor was Disney?
Yeah,
all right.
so.
I thought it was a little bit later, but
even then, I don't think they fully like got a grasp on what they wanted to do. They just kind of like I fully enjoy Thor 1, Iron Man, Hulk. Like I even like Captain America. I know you don't like Captain America 1 that much, but it's just like
yeah, I think it's just a giant montage of a movie. They just threw a montage together and put it on film, and they're like, "Yeah, it's Captain America. All right, Avengers."
But like you get like I fully enjoyed that first phase, and it's just like you had this idea of what they were, these like lighthearted with like tiny spikes of like stakes just to move the movie along, and it was just like, look at these fucking characters and all their glory. Yeah. How cool is this idea? Like, look at this. There's just these people are on the screen, and then the story kind of took a backseat from it. It was always like here's the main guy versus the evil version of the main guy.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
So Man of Steel comes out, and it's not like that. right?
No, it's definitely not. But
No,
some things are
it's
similar.
fully not. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're gonna have to take like all
Evil main
superhero.
guy.
Yeah, but I mean, like Zod was always that guy. Like,
Yeah. And I actually think Michael Shannon is the best part of that movie.
you know, those fucking suits were not real. Those
They were all CGI?
Yeah, all the Kryptonian suits were CGI.
I did not know that at all.
The big with the
Had me fooled.
yeah.
I mean, I could tell like the faceplate was, but the rest
Yeah,
of it.
no, the whole
I did not
thing.
know.
They were in like CGI suits, like just spandex. So that comes out, and it's like, there's no way I'm gonna like not come off like fucking pretentious about it. But there was like extra thematic elements that I don't think people were. It wasn't like, hey, Superman isn't making me laugh, right? Superman, he's not. You know, where's the cat out of the tree? Superman.
Yeah.
And then you're coming off Avengers, which is like this big spectacle. It's like this huge roller coaster ride where like you never really think the bad guy's gonna win. It's just like, how are these like when Iron Man and fucking Captain America show up for the first time on camera, I popped my tits off. I was like, this is fucking cool. And it's like you come off that high, and it's like here's this like methodical burn of a movie where it's like, what would happen if an alien actually came to Earth? And like, is he obligated to help us, even though he can, right? And then BVS is like this movie where it's like, he's out now. Everybody knows about him. How are we gonna handle that? And it's like, I think of it like, I tweeted about it yesterday. It's like these takes where it's just like everybody like Zack Snyder's take is so stupid, blah blah blah. And it's like, really, if your skin color is the wrong shade, people don't like you, country, right? Imagine if you're a demi, like a god coming down, and people would lose their fucking minds. Like, you know that new NASA telescope that's coming out, or that just got to where it needs to be. That NASA has to bring in like theology experts to
just in
like,
case they find like alien life.
Like they are warning like the heads of churches to be like, be prepared to tell your patrons, be prepared to explain this away, because they are almost confident that they are going to find something, right? And if you think about it, it's like this dude came down and a guy just like him, and they fought. Like, you don't, if you're on the ground level, you don't know who's who and who's good and who's bad. And it's just like there was a little bit more, I would say there's more seriousness to the first few DC movies.
Yeah, I would 100% agree.
I think people just weren't used to it, and it soured to people.
I don't want to get super into it because we've had this conversation before and this like debate before. But like my whole issue with BVS was that they made Batman like Bat Trump, like, and he was just like too out of his mind and being like. And I like Ben Affleck a lot as Batman.
The guy that dresses up like a bat and fights villains is out of his mind?
He was just too, like, I just feel like Batman is such a good detective that he wouldn't be, he would be able to see past that and see that Superman isn't the bad guy. Like, and that's kind of, and then
I always thought about it. Yeah, no, I always thought about.
But that was the one thing that kind of like bothered me about BVS. But I don't necessarily think it's a terrible movie. I just think it's like just okay. I
just think that drives home the fact that Batman doesn't have his faculties together, right? Batman's arc started in the middle. So there's no getting up to that. He was there. He was a jaded 20-something years into being Batman. And
for me, the best parts of BVS is the stuff that didn't happen yet. Like the best parts of BVS is like Snyder's vision of like the Flash coming through and like being like, oh, I came back I'm too late or too early or whatever. Like that stuff, like the nightmare scene, like all of that is like really cool to me, and that is what I enjoyed the most. Not necessarily the whole the film or whatever. And like Doomsday, I thought was kind of stupid that they included him with this, but whatever. But like those are the parts of the movie that I liked it, and those are the parts of most of the DC movies that I'm like, oh, like you're looking forward to stuff. Devin said I think they took too much from Frank Miller and not enough from its own. But the thing is with Frank Miller, like Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns makes sense why Batman is going against Superman, because Superman has fallen into like being like a fascist leader, which I think they were kind of like going towards with like the nightmare scene. But
well, no,
it's like Batman kind of jumped the gun on it for me.
Lex did that for him though, with the Capitol bombing.
Yeah,
Superman was in there, like, and then he has those. You let your family. Thanks, Miles. You let your family die and all that stuff. And Lex just knew Batman was unhinged. Hi, Miles. He's making an appearance.
Oh, I see the tail. Anyway, we don't want to hit like,
yeah, but
hang around on BVS.
Anybody's like opinions of the actual movie aside, I think that
exactly
Snyder did a great job of informing the movie you saw before with the movie you're watching. So I think BVS informs Man of Steel very well, and it makes you enjoy Steve spamming Miles emotes in the chat. BVS makes you enjoy Man of Steel more, and Justice League made me enjoy BVS more, just because there's those little connective tissue bits in each one. And that's something that's lacking, I think, now. And like, and everything subsequently, I enjoyed Aquaman, at least the beginning and the end of it.
I did not like Aquaman. I thought like, you want to talk about cliche superhero movies? Like that's what I felt with Aquaman.
I'm not gonna die on that trident. I can totally see, like, at the part right where Pitbull started is where I started to hate it.
I fell asleep at the end, and like I didn't even watch the final battle.
I think the final battle was very visually engaging.
I just, you knew everything that was going to happen.
Exactly.
From start to finish. And it was like,
and that's a problem a lot of superhero movies have, though.
But like, I thought Wonder Woman was the peak. I thought Wonder Woman was the perfect balance of like what they were looking for.
I didn't like the ending of Wonder Woman. Like,
it's been a while since I've seen it.
Let's fight in this dark airport.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I have a lot of inside baseball knowledge because I've like obsessively like scour the internet for stories as to what happened. It's like the how, who, where, what, when, and why of like the shit that's gone on with DC is just like equally as interesting as the movies. And Jeff Johns was brought on and he rewrote the whole third act.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, here's a comic
kind of falls apart a little bit at the end. Yeah. And then we got Justice League, the Joss Whedon version, which is horrible. Horrible.
So much copium coming out of that movie. Katie.
It's funny. It's funny because initially Scott was like, "Oh yeah, it was great."
Yeah.
Like, because he was just in denial about it.
So much denial.
And then like following Scott on Twitter, I like slowly watched him like.
I descended into madness.
Yeah,
really
into like,
it took like a decade. It took like, because I saw it
for like a good like month and a half. He was like, "No, it was great. No, I think it was."
It did not take a month and a half. There's like Facebook memory evidence. So I saw it at a fan preview, like a couple of days before, and I was like, "That's great. It's like a live action version of the show," and blah blah blah. And like as we were driving home, Katie was like, "That wasn't good," and I was like, "No, you're out of your mind. It's great." And we went to see it like an hour away. Was a fan screening, and like as I was creeping closer to home, in my head I was like, "Fuck, that was not good," and I couldn't not like it because oh my god, I shilled so hard for that movie because they made it look dope leading up to it. Yeah. All the trailers were fucking cool, and then we went to see it again with the tickets we had bought, and then I was like, "Yeah," I remember that there was a Facebook status about it, like it was literally said, "Phew, I'm happy I saw Justice League again. I'm happy to say that I enjoyed it," and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. It was just copium. I was fucking huffing that.
Yeah.
And then like 3 days later, I had posted a meme of Mario without a mustache, and I was like, Henry Cavill in Justice League 2017, and it just the hate just started pouring out, and like. I don't know if you've watched that.
You bottled it up. You held it inside, and then all of a sudden,
it was
like,
that's what
did it.
The fever, the rage that makes good men turn evil. It's just like, if you, I don't know, have you watched that movie lately?
Not the theatrical version, no.
I hate watched it.
Why would I?
I hate watched it before
the Snyder Cut.
Holy fuck!
I will say this: There was one thing that I really liked from the theatrical cut that I'm mad that they took out
The
in
ending
the Snyder cut. No, the
when it
part
ended.
the part where Superman was like, "Is this guy bothering you?" Like when who is it? Steppenwolf is like fighting against Wonder Woman or whatever. Like I was like,
Ugh.
that is Superman. That is 100% Boy Scout, like nail on the head Superman. And then when I didn't see it in the Snyder cut, I was like, oh,
But he wasn't.
that was like
he
one of
wasn't,
the only part that I liked from
he
the
wasn't that
theatrical.
guy though in this cut. Like it
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
have. It wouldn't have
that
fit.
is him. That is who he's supposed
Come on,
to be.
come on. That axe hits his shoulder and he says, "Not impressed."
Eh.
And then that's a way better line. Okay, so it's a good line for the Superman they had him in the theatrical. The one in the Snyder cut fit better. If he was just like, "Is this lady bothering you?" I would like it would have not fit.
Yeah.
But
Snyder
yeah,
cut I thought was good.
yeah, I think. But the thing is, like, DC has this whole multiverse bullshit to explain as to why nothing. Just finish that side of it.
So
and then shut
like,
everybody up. It's like
yeah,
shut me up.
Real quick, and then we'll gloss over the other movies before we get into the future slate
As they
and our
rightfully
wishes.
should be.
Real quick, like I just wish I feel like Wonder Woman made a lot of money, it got a lot of good reviews, and because before that it was like Man of Steel was kind of meh. I think it made money in the box office, but like in terms of like the reviews, it was like hit or miss with people who watched it.
Yeah.
BVS didn't get good scores, good reviews in terms of critics. Suicide Squad got even way worse. That's one that everyone kind of looks over. And then that's when they were kind of getting worried. And then Wonder Woman came out. It got good reviews. They should have just stepped on track, but then they were like, no, we want this to be like Marvel. And
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's initial vision was not for it to be like Marvel, and that's why Justice League came out and like was so bad. And then they tried to turn around. Aquaman, kind of had that same kind of spice that Wonder Woman had.
So think about it this way: it's like all of these, like, oh, you need a lead up to ensemble, blah blah blah. You need all this. You can look at it from the flip side, like you drum up interest in these characters in a movie that people go to see for other characters, right? So you see Justice League, you're like, oh, I see Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman already. They're in this movie. I'm gonna go see it, and then it kind of shines the light on these other characters that you introduce. Look at, even though Justice League 2017 sucked ass and it bombed real hard, the movie that immediately came after it was Aquaman.
Yeah, and it made a lot of money.
People went out to see that in droves because they were like, "Fuck, I hated this whole movie."
It's because Jason Momoa was in it.
Yeah, but
well, then again, I guess he was in Justice League too.
Yeah,
but.
And it's like, oh, I want to see this guy. This guy was cool. Look, Aquaman's a Polynesian dude. That's dope. And it's like, and Aquaman made a buttload of money, and Joker made a buttload of money, and it's like, well, WB really fucked up on that one. They sold the rights.
Shazam to what? To Joker?
Yeah, so they didn't have confidence in it, so they split the budget 3 ways between 3 studios. So they made a third of what the box office.
I also heard that that was initially another movie, and then they reworked it to be Joker.
I can see that 100%.
Which definitely seems like it, and I didn't think it was that good, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't very impressed with it.
I liked it. I didn't see it quite necessary why it needed to be Joker.
The thing is, again, it's like, why do we need a Joker origin story? The part of what makes him the Joker, Taxi Driver Devin said, is exactly what it was.
Absolutely.
Taxi Driver. Like, why do we need a Joker origin story? Part of what makes him the Joker is that you don't know his origin, and he just kind of like springs up out of nowhere. So that's why I didn't really like it, and I didn't think it was needed.
Yeah. And it's like you get these like Elseworld stuff. That's Shazam. I didn't care for Shazam all that much.
I didn't like Shazam either. I thought the script was bad. Like. And it didn't make sense, and it was plot hole central. And it was like, how does this kid's mom just leave him? And it's not like she left; she like moved like a town over, and they never put her in jail.
She's like easily findable. He finds her.
Yeah,
she's just like down the road in some apartment complex. And
terrible writing.
She's like
terrible writing.
She's like, oh, you're good, right? Later, it's like okay, and
but I liked. I liked parts of it. Like I thought Zachary Levi was okay as Shazam. I thought some of the lore was cool, but like overall as a movie, I was like, this isn't very good.
No.
Birds of Prey. I loved Birds of Prey. I thought it was fantastic, actually.
I saw it. I didn't see it more than once. I didn't mind it, but I just think choreography didn't really nail what they wanted to do. I liked Ewan McGregor, this Black Mask. They killed him off, but
why did they keep him? Like, he wore the mask for like a second.
and
That's the one thing that bothered me about the movie. It's like, put him in the fucking mask.
you don't keep your villains around. Why blow them up? It's just like
Yeah.
it's a lot of weird. DC movies have these like got a weird air about them. Like, so what happened here? Like, that they went into some board room and they were like, you got to change this, right? Everything feels like it's meddled with.
Oh, 100%. And then after Birds of Prey, things go really downhill.
Oh boy.
Wonder Woman 84, which
quite possibly I think is the worst comic book movie.
I don't know. Fan Four Stick is pretty bad.
Listen, okay, nobody gave a fuck about Fan Four Stick, right? So I'm not talking about structurally. Like, there's layers to this. So like, where Wonder Woman came off from, Wonder Woman 1, to where Wonder Woman 84 landed, to expectations, to like, but Wonder Woman 1 was a hit, and it's like, well, I think Wonder Woman's arguably now more known than the Fantastic Four.
More popular, definitely. Yeah.
At least with the general audience. And the turd that fell out of that movie. Oh, also, my God.
Why would you name your movie Wonder Woman 84, set it in the 80s, and have nothing 80s about it? Like, it was like the first scene is in the shopping mall. I don't remember a single fucking
that scene was awful
80s
too.
Song that was in the movie. Nothing in the movie had anything to do with the 80s.
There wasn't even one line of cocaine.
Exactly.
It was everywhere in the 80s.
So, yeah, that movie was just...
How did Steve Trevor know how to fly a modern jet?
Why bring him back? Why did they even bring him back?
She raped the guy.
It was exactly, and like that didn't even make sense. Oh my God, that movie's so bad. So anyway,
I watched it once and it was super memorable for all the wrong reasons. All the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
she was sitting in the jet.
That was a comedy.
She was sitting in the jet and she was like, "Oh, I've been practicing this."
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind the invisible jet.
At least show her doing that.
Probably the best part of the movie.
At least show her doing that to like an apple in the beginning of the movie or something. All of a sudden she can turn her jet invisible. It's like we could have used this so long ago.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, hey, that movie was fucking, and the movie that came out after it is even worse.
And we got the Suicide Squad. I didn't despise it like you did. I didn't think it was good, but like there were parts in it where I was like, meh, all right.
It made me like the 2017 version.
I think it's better than the 2017 version.
No, not. Absolutely not. That's a conversation. That's a conversation for another day. Oh my God.
And then Peacemaker, which neither one of us has watched. I don't really care.
I watched the first episode in a quarter, and then it froze on me, and I was like, "That's a sign. This shit sucks."
But apparently it's doing well, and apparently people like it. So, I don't know. Thank you, Devin. Devin also said he thought that the second Suicide Squad was better than the first.
Oh, two people can be wrong. That's totally feasible.
All right, Scott, rank the current slate of the DC EU movies.
Okay. So
from worst to first.
Worst to first. Okay.
No, first to worst.
First to worst. Okay.
That's easier to do, I feel like. I
flip-flop between these two very often. But after talking about it, I think it goes BVS, Man of Steel, Snyder Cut.
Oh, you put BVS at 1?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's got a special place. So BVS, Man of Steel, Snyder Cut, Wonder Woman, Birds of Prey. Let me rewind that. Sorry. BVS, Man of Steel, Snyder Cut, Wonder Woman, original Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, Aquaman, Shazam, The Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 84.
Okay. I'm going to go... Here's my rankings, which is wildly different than Scott's.
I know yours starts with Birds of Prey, and I can't.
No. It goes it goes Wonder Woman, Birds of Prey, Snyder Cut, Man of Steel, BVS. Here's where things get, I don't know.
Right? It's all this like muddy bullshit.
Yeah. I guess I would then go Shazam, Aquaman, The Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 84. That would be my. That's my list.
I totally respect that. Like, there's no arguments. I'm not gonna be like, PBS should be your number one. No, that's that. Hey man, Snyder Cut at 3. I'm shocked. Go back to 2016.
I didn't mind the Snyder Cut. I thought it was good. It was very long, but I enjoyed it. It was way better than the theatrical version.
I think that made the Snyder Cut even better because of. Do you see that? Do you read that article that came out about Joss Whedon?
I did not. Which one? There's like a million of them.
The one where he was like complaining about all of the stuff that people did to him.
Like, and he was like backhand complimenting people and stuff, and like
like it was like his he's back article, but it was the biggest self-report.
Yeah, and he's like Gal Gadot must have misunderstood me because English isn't her first language or something.
Oh my god, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's
bad.
That's the one.
That's
the guy they brought in, the helmet.
So moving on from what we have in the current slate, and Scott, you'll be able to talk about this more, but the future slate, upcoming projects, the ones that are like officially in development, we have, and this is the order that they will be released in: Black Adam,
comes out
Flash.
On my birthday. Comes out July 29th.
Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Batgirl, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and Blue Beetle, which I didn't even know was happening.
It was going to be a show, and then it was a movie. Or it was going to be an HBO Max movie, and then they said it was going to get it.
And then there's like a number of rumored projects and like unfinished projects and shit that who knows what the hell is going to happen. So WB has continuously said they're not moving forward with Zack Snyder's vision. The Flash is set to like reset all this. I do know that Black Adam, which I'm pretty excited for actually. I know that The Rock was really kind of vying to restore the Snyderverse, but
he wants to
doesn't
do a movie with Henry Cavill.
Like,
although you could it doesn't look like it currently, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. There is a big organizational takeover happening.
Okay.
Discovery bought the AT&T arm of Warner.
So you have hope.
I don't want to get. This is like a. Hey,
I think
all about hope, right?
I think Snyderverse is dead. I don't think it's ever going to come back. I'm sorry, Scott.
People said the same thing about the Snyder Cut.
That's true, but I think it's done. I think if Discovery does come in and do something, I think what they will do is they'll just scrap it all. I think they'll just scrap it all and start over.
I mean, I'd be more. If anything, I think there's really no ignoring the engagement from a company standpoint that this stuff drums up. Like if you look, like Zack Snyder's Justice League was the #1 movie talked about on Twitter last year.
That's
number
true.
1. No Way Home, Dune, anything. Beat it all.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, everybody's talking about Mortal Kombat. And like the day after it came out,
but the stream numbers, don't they like not match up though? Like not that many people streamed it.
They never released stream numbers.
No, I thought they did.
Okay.
Because wasn't Mortal Kombat like the top streamed movie of the year or something like that?
If you look into those, it's on Samba TV. Samba TV is an aggregate portion of smart TVs.
Okay.
That you have to opt in to like give your data, and then it counts a view if you watch it for 5 minutes. So I don't have Samba TV.
I don't even know. No.
Right. I watched it a lot.
Yeah, so most people are probably watching it on their game consoles.
So mine doesn't count, right? And a lot of people's don't count. And you can look up, like, I don't know the validity on it, but the streaming numbers in China were fucking through the roof. If you look at like WB, like Portugal and all the like other foreign WB Twitters, it's Snyder Cut is the most streamed HBO Max, blah blah blah. So it's like there's no like Nielsen rating for HBO Max. This is the streaming number. They don't do it for anything, and it's really weird why they don't. Like they do this Samba TV thing. It's like I don't know if there's just it's not a lot of views compared to subscribers. They're like conspiracy theorist part of my brain is like, why would they give the streaming numbers when there's a new regime coming in? Because they don't want to go down that route. So they would like, why not try to bury it? Like, there's nobody knows how much it actually streamed. They didn't even tell Zach.
Yeah,
so
and
like,
how it's just like I don't know. Because there is a lot of
the day after the Snyder Cut came out, Restore the Snyderverse trended worldwide with like 1.7 million tweets.
Jesus.
So
yeah, that's a lot.
Like you can't really ignore that amount of engagement. That's where the little.
But they did. They're just like, meh.
Well, I think there's this weird personal vendetta that this regime has against this like universe. I don't know why. It just seems like they're kind of like.
What I think it is I think they refuse to believe that they can't become as good as Marvel.
Yeah, they're like, we want to do it. Like, no,
they're like,
we want to do it our way.
No,
like,
we're gonna do it our way. We're gonna be in every household. We're gonna be, everyone's gonna want to come to watch the movies. All of our movies are gonna break box office records, just like Marvel's doing. And they refuse to believe that like that's out of their grasp, because it is. That is out of their grasp.
But think about it. They're like, all our movies need to be 2 hours or less because we need the amount of like.
And now the fucking Batman is 3.5 hours or however long it is.
But like, look at No Way Home. The shit was so long and it made $1 billion. Like they're just at every turn they make the wrong decision for their company. It seems like, and it's like. Even the Batman, there's some like backstage like not continuity, but like backstage like not meddling, but like so Ben Affleck gave his script and it was like Matt Reeves compared it to like a James Bond movie with Batman, right?
Yeah.
It was action driven, it weaved into the DCEU. They didn't want to do it, so that's why they brought Matt Reeves in, because they knew Matt Reeves would want to do his own thing. Ben Affleck had that like rehab thing, so they were like, "All right, we'll get him out." And then, even there's just so much shady shit that like, even as a DC fan, I can't like bring myself. It's not like,
and I think the Batman looks like shit. To be perfectly honest, like I don't think it looks good.
I think it just looks like another Nolan movie. Like they were just like, "All right, let's from 2013 or whenever Dark Knight Rises came out, let's ignore everything else that happened and then let's continue."
I am also fully convinced, and I've said this before, I've probably said this to you, if they had kept Christian Bale, and I love Ben Affleck. I'm not saying that they should have done this, but if they had kept Christian Bale for BVS and everyone already knew that Batman's backstory and already had was familiar with him, I think BVS would have gotten a lot better, would have reviewed a lot better than it was.
I mean, there's really no way to tell.
There's no way to tell, but I just think that
that Batman doesn't make sense in that universe, though. But then again, regular moviegoers wouldn't give a fuck.
Who cares?
But it's just like, as a DC fan, it's tough out here. It's like the Batman looks interesting enough, but not enough for me to go. But like, oh, my 1250, they're not gonna get it.
It just looks like Batman Year One.
Year Two.
But it looks like Year One, the comic. Like, that's what it looks like. It looks like Batman Year One.
The aesthetic of it looks cool.
What's up?
The aesthetic of it looks cool, I think.
Yeah, it's okay. The Riddler looks stupid, in my opinion.
Gimp Riddler?
Yeah, the Gimp Riddler.
But like, yeah, like the future of like the connected DCEU. It's like, there's some stuff that I could be interested in, like Black Adam.
Black Adam looks good. Yeah, and I like The Rock. Yeah. Which, by the way, off topic, apparently, well, a couple of days ago, he made a tweet saying that he was going to star in a video game movie
Oh yeah, he's gonna.
And it's a game that he's been playing for years. And immediately I saw this and I was like, they're making a fucking Call of Duty movie. And then today I see The Rock rumored to star in Call of Duty movie.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Who the fuck? Like, why are they doing this?
Movie.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's gonna make no. It's gonna flop hard.
No,
Who's gonna go see that? Do you think
the
the Duty Bros are really gonna go see the Call of Duty movie? Like, there's no story to Call of Duty. It's just fucking war.
I think, yeah. I mean, Call of Duty really has like a bad. It's leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So, I don't think.
And they're just like This is like the same. I know we're off topic, but this is the same type of like stupid movie studio thinking that has ruined this universe. It's that same like Call of Duty.
It's like the big dude with the cigar,
people are seeing it,
right?
Yeah.
It's a big fat dude.
Let's make a Call of Duty movie. We'll get The Rock. Like,
Yeah.
people will go see it.
I mean, people will go see it. It'll make money, but
you think so? I hope it doesn't. I hope
just
it makes
be a
nothing.
stupid action movie with The Rock in it. I would rather him be.
So every Rock
else.
movie.
Yeah, just different levels of stupid.
There is.
Hey, I like.
I love that meme. That's like it's like the 4 pictures of The Rock, and it's like these
movies.
are 4 different movies, and they all look the same.
He's just in like the fucking like crocodile hunter shirt and just sweaty. Skyscraper was pretty good.
I forgot that was even a movie.
Yeah, it was. I called it Sky Hard because it was Die Hard.
It is Sky Hard. A taller building.
Yeah. But the Black Adam looks interesting enough. I don't know if I'm gonna like rush out to see it, but
are you gonna go see The Flash?
Absolutely not.
No.
That is the movie that has like the baddest taste in my mouth. Just because they're like, we are using this to specifically erase all of the movies you love. There's a ton of rumors out there.
Scott's watching his heart get torn out
just
live
like
in real time.
Like Ralph Wiggum, just like tear it out and throw it on the ground. But like, so there's rumors that like Supergirl is gonna go back in time and stop.
How?
With the Flash.
Oh, with the Flash? She's in the Flash?
Yeah, she's cast.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
I thought you said Batgirl. Sorry.
So she's gonna go back in time with the Flash to stop Superman from killing Zod.
Okay.
Send him back to the Phantom Zone. So if that doesn't happen, BVS doesn't happen. The Elseworld Batman is. Hey, what's up? Caxi PS06. How you doing?
What's up, Joe? Joe just commented on the YouTube. Return of Cool Nerd Show 2022 about to be lit.
Oh. Was he there in the past times, the before 4 times?
Joe was part of our show.
Oh, that Joe. You didn't specify. You just said Joe. Joe who? Joe Mama?
Who Joe? What Joe would let me talk about?
I don't know. He just said Joe said hi. He didn't specify.
Devin said we all got to watch Moon Knight for Joe. Of course. I mean, everyone.
God, Moon Knight looks dope.
It looks amazing. I hope it's good.
I think it'd be good.
Because they might like. This is one of the things I don't want Marvel to Marvel, you know?
Hey, speaking
like,
of,
I want them...
hey, Joe, I'm talking to you now. Just me and you, but hey, what's up? It'd be nice if you would come follow me on Twitch. That's Thick Flair with 4 C's.
Jesus.
Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. So moving on. The Flash. I don't know. I'll probably see it, but
they're just gonna.
whatever.
I'm so curious how they're gonna erase everything, and they're gonna kill.
Imagine
Ben Affleck. They're gonna. He's in it.
Imagine if they just restored they were just trolling everyone. They just restored the Snyderverse with the Flash.
I wouldn't turn on a dime. I would get the Flash hat. I would run to the movie theater with a little flag if they used it to actually.
Oh, it's not Joe. It's different Joe. Sorry,
Oh,
I just saw Joe and was like, "Oh, it's Joe."
He's like,
but I remember.
He's like,
I remember this Joe too. He used to comment on all of our live streams back in the day.
Well, welcome back. Also,
that
Twitch.
He did say he would catch the old live streams. Yes.
Twitch
Thanks,
right
Joe.
so
Thanks for joining.
But yeah, the Flash is the one that's. I gotta wait to hear all the rumors.
It would just be great if it was like, oh, they restored this.
Like, there's like
Scott just runs like the Flash out his door to the nearest theater.
But I accidentally reversed time, and I'm just back in Justice League 2017.
Damn it.
But there's like a bunch of rumors that they're like there's 2 endings to it, and they're like deciding which one's going to be the right one, and one actually could like leaves it open to continue Snyder's story, and one doesn't. Which
Imagine if like 10 years from now, they like nostalgia really like restore the Snyderverse.
I'll be happy.
Like it's like you know what's gonna happen. Like you know what people want. We're gonna give them what they want now.
Ben Affleck's fucking
like
65.
like 2035. Yeah.
I mean, how do you see that Dark Side stuff and not like at least be curious to see what's gonna happen?
Darkseid did look cool in the Snyder cut.
Anyway, but Shazam I didn't really enjoy the first one, so it's not tickling my fancy. And I like the Blue Beetle. I just haven't seen like there's literally nothing about it. So.
Yeah, Shazam and Aquaman, I didn't care for really either of them. I liked things. I liked Shazam more than I liked Aquaman. But I just really don't care. I'll probably see them because I wind up seeing every superhero movie. I love superhero movies. I love comic book movies, and like,
you know how
my
bad
girlfriend.
You gotta fuck up for me
I know.
to not be looking forward to a Doctor Strange and a Moon Knight thing more than the Flash.
Yeah, it's funny because my girlfriend Alexa will. Like I'll be like, this movie is so bad. We'll be watching something, and she doesn't wanna. She can easily not watch movies. Like I forced her to watch a bunch of like bad superhero movies. But like that's just who I am. I'm like, she's like, why don't you just ignore it? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
like I have to. I feel I'm obligated to watch this.
But
because even regardless of how bad they are, there's still like a part of me that just enjoys them.
well, yeah, because they're all some kind of spectacle. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And Multiverse of Madness looks really good.
I hope it's good. Schumagrath's in it, but I can't call him Schumagrath, which is fucking stupid.
Did you see that? What's his face and what's her face are back in their X-Men builds and hair color? Sophie Turner and
Sophie.
Face Professor X, whoever played.
Oh, not Patrick Stewart. James McAvoy.
Yeah, he's bald again, and she has red hair.
You know, I always liked the casting for those movies. They were just very poorly written and poorly produced.
But
like the later X-Men movies.
But like if they bring them back, and I think Sam Raimi will do a bit more of an exciting reveal.
Yeah, I think so.
Other Elseworld characters. Like
I'm surprised they wouldn't bring back like the OG X-Men though, because they were much more like well received. Like Famke Janssen.
They're like all real old though.
Whatever.
I mean,
Whatever.
I'm still gonna see. I actually liked the first Doctor Strange a lot. Aside from like
First Doctor Strange is really good. It's one of my favorites.
Weirdly like Dan Harmon parts of it. But, like they brought in Dan Harmon just to write jokes because it was. But other than that, I think it was one of those movies. Dan Harmon?
No, I was gonna say who's that like pro ZD videos like who's the villain? He's like Doctor Strange, but he's evil Doctor Strange.
It's just the evil version of the other. But that's Mads Mikkelsen. He's dope. You could do the evil.
Mads Mikkelsen is cool. Yeah.
It's devolved into a Marvel praise podcast. Which, if you told me that 2 years ago, I would have called you fucking nuts.
Joe said Magneto hunting Nazis in First Class was the best part of X-Men reboot. I'd watch a whole movie about that, and that was fantastic.
Speaking of hunting Nazis, did you see Ezra Miller's
First Class is great
the other day?
Yeah. Damn.
Maybe that's what.
Our movie's like, what is happening?
Yeah, maybe that's what Flash is gonna be about.
I mean, I'm not against it, but like, what does that have to do with the Flash?
I mean, I don't think it was Flash related. He just had a Flash ring on. He's an anti-Flashist.
Yeah. Ha ha ha.
Boom.
I did like X-Men First Class. That was like
I like Days of Future Past a lot.
I like First Class better, but I also like Days of Future Past. And then it's all just downhill from there. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Aquaman, Batman, Shazam, Blue Beetle. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I'll see them, but I don't really give a shit.
Honestly, I was such a like. No, it's great. This is why X, Y, Z, and now I'm just like, fuck them, let it burn. I'm just like sitting. I'm like waiting for the gasoline to be done pouring, and I'm ready to flick the fucking cigarette. Like, I don't give a fuck at all. I could care less.
So, I mean, this brings us to our last section, which I guess we're kind of already in, which is hopeful wishes. So,
Let's veer this back to hopeful, huh?
hope, hopeful
I don't
wishes for
give
the
a single
DCEU.
fuck. On the next segment, hopeful wishes.
Um, so Scott, what are some hopeful wishes that you have for the DC movie universe or just DC movies in general?
Why don't you go? And I'll...
Well, I'm usually more of a realist, so it's
Don't be a
hard for me to
realist.
have a hopeful wish. I would like to see them either restore the Snyderverse, but I don't think it's going to happen. Um, and again, I'm not a huge fan of the movies like you are. I do enjoy them, but I would like to see them do that to just at least finish the story, or to, I don't know, just like have. They need some type of like Kevin Feige driving the ship because they don't have anyone and they're just throwing shit at the wall, hoping that something sticks. But realistically, I don't think that's going to work. So I think they'll either burn out and then just burn everything down and start from scratch, which I wouldn't be opposed to, or they'll do what I said. They'll stop releasing movies after Shazam. Blue Beetle will never get released. And then 6-7 years from now, they'll be like nostalgia, and they'll restore the Snyderverse. That's what I think will happen.
I mean, I could see any number of those happening. I think like I don't know if anybody is at the point yet where they're like, fuck it, we're not gonna. Warner Brothers owns all of the D's. They're gonna try to pump out anything and anything to make money.
Yeah.
My hopes, number one hope, is that they restore the Snyderverse in any way possible. But like, I don't know how that happens. I don't know what that looks like because there's so many movies in production that probably don't have any with the Snyderverse.
Mm.
I think what you do to make it easier is just do an Elseworld side thing on HBO Max. Just give them some money. You could maybe even animate it, just so you can avoid getting, the actors back, right?
Yeah.
Because they're kind of spitting in the face of a lot of people. There's a huge fan base out there. I mean, so much so that we got an unfinished movie finished and released. There's a lot of people out there. It's really hard to ignore. So hopefully, like, the merger happens and cooler business heads prevail and something comes out. A motion comic, animated thing. Ideally, full movies, but I don't think.
Well, the television shows, I haven't watched any of like the DC live action stuff. I mean, Peacemaker aside. But I've heard that they all get pretty good reviews. Like Doom Patrol, Titans, isn't there like another, there's like one or two others, isn't there?
Titans is I always watch the first couple episodes of the Titan season and then it just falls off. Doom
Really?
Patrol's good, but it's like it's schlocky, right? Like you don't need good effects. None of these shows have like money, anything to look good, and I don't think you could do scale of the last two movies on a budget like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the panels that Snyder put out about like the spectacle shit, you need money. I don't know if they're gonna just bring him back. I don't know if he wants to come back. He's doing Rebel Moon Part 1 and 2 for Netflix. Do it. Does Ben Affleck even want to come back? I doubt it.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's the only one that wants to come back, so it's like, do a Man of Tomorrow. Like, how do you have Henry Cavill sitting as your Superman? You don't. But realistically, I'm a jaded, beaten dog on this one. It's just like I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's like you look forward to June, the merger happens, nothing happens. It's like, oh, okay. Then it's just kind of just on to the next. It's like I'll go find something else to watch.
So
For me.
Joe said the Peacemaker show takes place in the Snyderverse, right? So it takes place in the current DCEU.
Which is a hodgepodge.
I don't know if that's technically really the Snyderverse because it's like Snyder started it, but
Justice League
Zack Snyder
is canon,
out.
Justice League 2017 is canon.
the theatrical version is technically canon in that universe. Or that's at least what WB said. And then Draven G, welcome, said Superman and Lois is the only CW show I've been keeping up with. We stopped watching the CW shows a long time ago.
I can't take Tyler Hoechlin seriously as Superman. He looks so goofy in that fucking suit.
I did like Supergirl when we were watching that. I don't even know if that's still on the air.
No, it ended. I think the only one left is Flash.
It's Flash and no, there's Flash, there's Superman and Lois, and there's
I think I'm talking about, I think I meant Arrowverse. I don't think Batwoman is in Arrowverse. Is she? Maybe.
I mean, they're all connected in like their like world building, like Infinite Earth event.
True. Yeah.
You know,
I've seen clips of the Flash's new episodes, and
I've seen clips of the Flash, and they just look real bad.
They are something.
Yeah. But yeah, share your thoughts on what you think of Superman and Lois. I haven't watched any of it. I didn't mind him as Superman when he was in Supergirl. And Supergirl started off kind of meh, but like looking back on it now, it was a pretty good show. It wasn't bad. And Arrow's first 2 seasons are great. After that, it's really bad.
We cut our teeth on the first.
I know, and the Flash season 1 is just so good, and then the Flash season 2 is like okay, and then it's that third season, like season 3 in every CW show is just downhill from
because
there.
Then you're on episode 45.
They just get lazy and they're like, meh.
You're on episode 45. How do you have any stories left to tell?
That's true.
Like, oh, shoot an arrow better, and oh, run more. It's like, okay, it just gets a little tiresome to watch.
Every episode of The Flash, it's just like, Barry, you're never going to believe this. You have to run.
How do I beat this guy? It just goes like, run, and it's like, okay, credits. And then there's like 4 episodes in the whole season that actually move the story forward.
Yeah. Geez. But those 4 episodes are usually good, or they were.
I'm actually rewatching Daredevil right now, and that show is just fantastic.
I still think Daredevil season 3 is the best season.
Oh yeah, I'm on season 3.
It's so good. I mean, all 3 seasons are good. That show's amazing. I hope they do him justice when they bring him into the CW. I did love the part in the
MCU,
No Way Home, when the brick comes through the window and he just grabs it. Lawyer. Yeah. But
they're not. I mean, that show's violent. They're not gonna.
I know. Unless they put it on Hulu. Let's see how Moon Knight does first.
Wait, wouldn't they put it on Disney Plus?
Probably, but like they're not gonna put something that violent on Disney Plus.
Probably just won't make it as violent. Look what they put Kingpin in. He's in a fucking.
Well, yeah. Devin said they didn't do Kingpin right in Hawkeye, but apparently, Vincent D'Onofrio wanted to wear that because Kingpin wore that in one of the comics. And regardless of what he's wearing, he still is a fantastic Kingpin.
Yeah. I didn't see
He's great.
I didn't see like the actual Kingpin-ness in Hawkeye. I just saw the picture. I just lose.
It could have been written a little bit better, but like I was happy those last 2 episodes. I was like, okay, he's here. Like whatever, it's fine.
I could care less about Hawkeyes, so I did.
It's not that good. It's very Arrowish. Like it reminded me a lot of when I was watching like Bad Arrow.
Was it the arrows?
That was part of it. But just the whole like feel of the show, the atmosphere, the editing.
It feels
the,
like there's the
corniness.
The horniness?
Corniness.
Oh, I was like, how is
yeah, shit is so horny.
Hawkeye's just out there fucking. He doesn't miss a shot.
It just felt I think it's easily the worst MCU show.
It seems like a lot of comic book stuff coming out. It's like it's been smooth sailing for a while, but it's starting to get a speed wobble going.
Yeah,
I feel like there's not more bad stuff than good, but there's more bad than there was.
Yeah, it's oversaturated.
Yeah,
definitely.
Superhero fatigue is a thing. So,
but I mean, but we also have like The Boys and
oh, that's so good.
And Invincible, and they're both fucking amazing. So
also very good. I think because they're not.
And Umbrella Academy, which also we have season 3 for that to look forward to.
Oh yeah, I really didn't classify that as a superhero show in my brain.
Oh, it's totally a superhero show.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. It just doesn't. It's not when I think of like superhero. I think of
And Watchmen was really good too. Watchmen was
Yeah,
fantastic.
but they're not doing any more of that.
No, I don't think they should.
They never explained who the Slippery Man was, and that pissed me off.
Funny story. I was
You're the Slippery Man.
It was me.
I have something to tell you.
I was using someone else's account, like HBO, because I think this is before HBO Max. It was like HBO Go. I was using
We got him.
HBO
Get
Go
him.
account,
Get him. He admitted it.
and and I was like, oh, Watchmen, and I put it. I was like, yeah, we'll start it, and I put it on, and I guess whoever was watching like on the account before, it picked up where they where they were.
How did it spoil?
And I guess they stopped watching right before the big Dr. Manhattan reveal. So I'm thinking this is the opening to the show. And then like it ends. And then I was like, oh, no, that was definitely not the opening. I was like, maybe it's like the first episode. And it's like episode 7. So it ruined the whole reveal for me for the show. Like the huge Dr. Manhattan reveal. I was very disappointed. But it was still a great show.
It seems like the offshoot superhero stuff is probably where I'm gonna land in like what I want in my comic book stuff now, and it's this like
that's the best.
Yeah, Marvel does
yeah.
Marvel does like spectacle.
They're popcorn movies. Yeah,
spectacle roller coaster theme park movies. Excuse me, very well. And then
Nice Martin Scorsese.
Well, I mean, it's a great comparison. It's just like you go there and you have fun, right? It's just sheer fun, and then you leave. And then DC now is just like a bad imitation.
Yeah, it's just really they don't know what they're doing.
Like it's like their little brother, and they're like, "Mom told me is my." It doesn't land. Nothing has landed to me personally. I'm sure other people love it. Whatever. Me specifically, nothing has really landed. That's unfortunate. Back
All
to
right.
Justice League Unlimited, I guess.
Well, I think that's it for today's show. We've been on for about an hour, for a little bit more than an hour. But we'll be back. I think we're gonna do these every Tuesday. I'll try and get these out on podcast services again. I got to look into how to do that. But you can watch on my YouTube, on my Twitch, on Scott's Twitch. So again, I guess we'll plug that. You can watch me play through game franchises and play with Scott on Twitch, twitch.tv/Resonator.
Go these things right here.
Oh yeah, it's right down here.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong
I
side.
didn't even realize it's
This
right
one
underneath
right
us.
here, and then
And also, if you guys want to join our Discord,
that's here.
Cool Nerd Nation, which is also it's above us, and the link is also.
I feel like I'm on Nick Arcade. Remember that show? I'm just
Yes,
like,
it's a great show.
I gotta collect the dragon eggs and avoid his fire or whatever.
And people were always like,
How
'cause
yeah,
they were on a fucking green screen.
exactly what
not
I'm doing
seeing
now.
what
I'm
they're
like, it's up here. Oh shit, it's up here.
Yeah, Joe. The Discord link should be in the description of the YouTube. So you can join through there. And yeah, come on over.
Oh, we're playing Dying Light Thursday or Friday.
I've never played before. I was on the fence about it. And I'm still a little on the fence, but I know you're pushing me, so I'll do it. I guess.
Trust me, it's gonna be better than Extraction. I promise.
It was a terrible game.
It's very bad, but I knew it was bad. But this one, I'm gonna shill for.
Well, with that, see you guys next week.
Yeah,
Scott, hit us with that outro music.
Boop boop.
Oh, wait,
boop.
never mind. It's not even gonna work on my stream.
Cool Nerd Show. The Cool Nerd Show. The Cool Nerd Show. See you later. Cool Nerd Show. Bye. See you later. Thank you, everybody.